Avengers Endgame, the grand finale to the initial saga of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, picks up after the devastating events of Avengers Infinity War, where the Mad Titan Thanos had snapped his fingers after obtaining all the Infinity Stones, wiping out half of all life in the universe. Endgame begins with Hawkeye spending time with his family, who are suddenly dusted by Thanos' snap. The scene shifts to Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Nebula adrift in space, running out of supplies and oxygen. However, they are rescued by Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and brought back to Earth, where the surviving Avengers, including Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, Steve Rogers, Captain America, Bruce Banner, Hulk, and Thor, are coping with their loss. Motivated by the chance of revenge, they plan to take the Infinity Stones from Thanos and reverse his catastrophic snap. They locate Thanos on a distant planet, only to find that he has destroyed the stones to prevent their use. Thor beheads Thanos in frustration, and the Avengers are left without a plan. Fast forward 5 years, and the world is still grappling with the aftermath of the snap. Scott Lang, Ant-Man, trapped in the quantum realm during the snap, finally escapes and proposes to the Avengers a time heist, a plan to travel back in time, gather the Infinity Stones before Thanos can, and use them to reverse the snap. Tony, initially reluctant, joins the team after figuring out how to navigate the time-space continuum. Meanwhile, Banner, who has now merged his intellect with Hulk's strength, creates a time machine. The Avengers split into teams to go to different points in time where they knew the stones were located. On Morag, Nebula and War Machine knock out Star-Lord and steal the Power Stone. However, due to the interference of past Thanos, Nebula gets trapped, and her past self replaces her in the present. On Asgard, Thor and Rocket steal the Reality Stone from Jane Foster. Here, Thor has a heartening conversation with his mother, which helps him regain some of his lost confidence. In New York, Tony, Steve, Bruce, and Scott attempt to get the Space, Mind, and Time Stones. Although they succeed, they lose the Tesseract, Space Stone, to Loki. To fix this, Tony and Steve travel further back to the 70s to retrieve the Tesseract, and more Pym particles for time travel, from a S.H.I.E.L.D. facility. Finally, on Vormir, Natasha and Clint Barton, Hawkeye, learn from Red Skull that the Soul Stone can only be acquired by sacrificing someone they love. Natasha sacrifices herself, allowing Clint to obtain the stone. Back in the present, Stark creates a new gauntlet, and Banner, being the most resistant to the stone's gamma radiation, snaps his fingers to bring back everyone who disappeared. However, past Nebula uses the time machine to bring past Thanos and his ship to the present. He attacks the Avengers compound, seeking to reshape the entire universe with the new gauntlet. What follows is an epic battle. All resurrected allies join the fight, leading to a clash between Thanos and the Avengers. Tony, after a fierce fight, manages to get the stones and snaps his fingers to disintegrate Thanos and his army. However, the power of the snap severely injures Tony, and he dies surrounded by his fellow Avengers. After Tony's funeral, Thor crowns Valkyrie as the new ruler of New Asgard and joins the Guardians of the Galaxy. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, reunites with his friend Ned at school, and Clint reunites with his now resurrected family. The film concludes with Steve returning the stones to their original points in time to prevent any disastrous time paradoxes. However, he doesn't return as expected. Instead, they find an old man sitting nearby. It's Steve, who decided to stay in the past and live the life he missed out on. He passes on his shield to Sam Wilson, Falcon, symbolically passing the mantle of Captain America. Endgame thus brings closure to the Infinity Saga, while setting up future storylines and adventures in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
If you love diving deep into the world of cinema as much as we do here at Film Fever, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to keep the movie magic coming. Stay tuned and keep the Film Fever burning.